The community creature vote is back for Ark Survival Ascended. This time for the Valguero map. The entry period for the creature submission ends at 1 p.m. Pacific on February 20th. The voting will begin at 1 p.m. Pacific on February 21st and end on February 28th at 1 p.m. The winner of this creature vote will be announced in the community crunch on February 28th. The guidelines for the creature vote include one thread per creature. If someone already has made a thread with your creature suggestion, feel free to upvote that thread instead of posting your own. It must be a real-world extinct, prehistoric creature. Developers are disqualified from posting their own ideas. Supplemental information is preferred. To participate in this creature submission votes, you have to register an account on survivetheark.com and be a regular member of the board, which requires 6 posts. Submitters are only eligible to win the creature vote once. Non-winning finalist submitters are still eligible to win the creature vote. Posts will no longer merge with similar submissions. The top 10 creatures will be selected from the top 10 upvoted creatures for a second round of voting using ranked vote. Now that we've covered some of the basics, let's go check out one of the creatures. All right, let's take a look at the Desmatosuchus. I got this. Desmatosuchus Gourmandi. Desmatosuchus Gourmandi. And at the recording of this video, it has 255 upvotes and has been suggested by Katana. And right off the bat, this picture, super cool. I'm a big fan of the Faso. I like, the lizards in general, and this is right up my alley, especially with the big spikes. So this already looks really cool. Let's see, this strange herbivore, which is interesting because that doesn't look like an herbivore, and most lizards kind of are omnivores, but let's see. This strange herbivore will get rid of any aerial threats, speed up taming, and help produce crops. Can be attained at level 40 and has 3 different saddles that are unlocked at different levels. So that's neat. I like the versatility of having multiple different saddles. That's a good idea. I think more creatures that have like advanced saddles should have a primitive type of saddle. So there's a anti-air artillery saddle. That thing, that's a huge cannon. It has a tech saddle. And then where's the third saddle? I think that's just a raptor saddle, but that's the general idea. A primitive saddle. Anti-air, and then a tech railgun. Okay. It says Gorman's Feast, so that would be maybe helping produce crops. So it can till up crop plots. I guess it would maybe speed up their growth rate. Let's see. The basic saddle unlocked at level 40 has no special attributes. The second one is an anti-flyer missile saddle. And the last one is the tech railgun. You have to beat the Valguero bosses to get that one, though. So at least it's locked behind a challenge. Has an AoE passive buff when tamed called Gorman's Feast, which drains the hunger of any wild creature you are taming 15% faster. That 15 helps taming effective. So that right there, that is an extremely powerful idea. Especially on things in official where it's ×1 rates. Being able to drain the hunger of wild creatures just by being around it while you're taming it that'll make starving out your tame uh, so much better. That's an interesting idea. I don't know if that number, if 15% is a good idea. But just this in general, I think could be really good. Let's see, it can till soil, make dirt mounds, which act like large crop plots. So you won't have to use resources on making more crop plots. Okay, yeah. So instead of having crop plots, you can just have this thing till the land. You can drop the seeds, and you can basically make this massive farm or garden. That's cool too. Has a damage reduction of 35%, and if anything attacks its tail specifically, it will deal recoil damage. It is weaker to explosives. Okay. Recoil damage, but only on its tail. That's all right. That's interesting. I like that. Uh, it can burrow into the ground. Nice. It's about the size of a stego, so that's not bad. I mean, I think stegos are a really well sized creature. You can fit them easily through gates, and they've just fit in bases really well. Their tails get in the way, so I imagine that tail being that long will be smacking people around. All right. Let's see. It can be found in tundra, jungle, and on the chalk cliffs. When you find one, make sure it is buried in the ground. Find its snout will be sticking out. You will have to present a mejoberry, vegetable, or honey to attract its attention. It will sniff and consume what you present. After that, it will unbury, and you have to passively feed it. Much like a moss chops, it will want different things. Okay. Any vegetable. It will not request kibble and not request the same item twice. Okay. That's, I mean, hopefully, like if it's like a moss chops, you're just gonna run into it early. You're gonna try to give it a mejoberry, and then it's gonna ask for giant bee honey, and you're not gonna have access to that. So, one way or another, like it's just gonna be a moss chops that pisses you off. Let's see. It does not matter the food quality of what it wants. It will give the same effectiveness. That's nice. The quantity does affect it, however. A bigger step giving more taming percentage. Okay. So if it asks for a berry, you can give it a stack of berries to get more percentage. All right. That's interesting. Yeah. I'm good with that. That's fun. Let's see. The basic saddle does not do anything special. It's crafted in the smithy. Um, the anti-flyer saddle is in the fabricator. Uh, has 2 missile launchers on its side. Each missile can launch off. No, each 2 missile launchers. So each launcher has 5 missiles, or can launch 5 missiles at a time. Total of 10. If both are fired at once. They can be used on regular creatures, but will do less damage than a regular rocket. They're used on a flyer or something that can go airborne, such as Madagarmar or Rock Drake. It does bonus damage. You can control the amount of missiles fired. They're not reloaded instantly. They have to be crafted separately in the fabricator. All right. So it's an inventory item that you'll have to head, and then you can pick how many you want to shoot off. Okay. So it looks like you're shooting off 1 at a time, and then you either shoot off one side, which is all 5, or you shoot off both sides, which is all 10. And hopefully you have good aim. All right, so that's the drawing of the missile launcher. See, the railgun is unlocked when beating bosses on alpha. Using element shards as ammo, and the tech railgun saddle has 2 distinct modes. A ghost mode do less damage, but allows Desmatosuchus to ignore structures when firing off a round. Less damage. Ignores structures. So you can shoot through a structure. Alright, in charge mode, you have to hold down the attack for maximum damage output. Does the most damage at once and can be aimed while charging. It ignores armor. I don't like that. That it ignores structures. Does that make it broken for PvP? Alright, so dirt mounds are primarily PvE function. Essentially, dirt mounds act like a large crop plot. We already read that. If done near water, it will not need irrigation. Cannot be made on any foundations. Alright. Anti-flyer. Thank you for all the soaking. Dirt mounts for farming. Help tame critters faster. This is actually a good PvP pro as well. Nobody in PvP wants to be standing out there taming something for too long. So that's a pro all around. That is the strongest thing of this creature right now is the Gourmand's Feast. It's weak to explosives and it's slow. Oh man. Oh. Oh, I like that. That's fun. So there's not a dossier to read for me at the end of this. So this is gonna be about the end of the video, but no, this is the do it one more time. I got this. Desmatosuchus Gourmandi. So this is in the top 10 right now, and I really, where'd it go? I really like the Gourmand's Feast thing. This thing right here. I really like that idea. If you like this creature, link for the submissions is in the description. Upvote it, get it into the top 10 so it can be part of the ranked vote. Thanks for watching.